This weekend we have another 10 match of the Premier League game, which on week 22 overall. And last week Premier League game was rest because of the FA Cup. So we see the game of this week, and last week we did have some very interesting results. Let's see this week. First, Sheffield United versus West Ham United. So last week Sheffield United are as expected, they lost to the current leader Liverpool. And West Ham United beat FC Burnham at home with a 4-0. But we knew Sheffield United in previously, they are looking in a very good position. If they can maintain possible at the end of the season, they have the Europe chance there. They can play the Europe tournament next season. So by this encouragement, I think Sheffield United can take a win here. They find another win here. 1-0 for Sheffield United. Second game is Crystal Palace against Arsenal. So last week, and including the big event, Arsenal beat Man United 1-0. Maybe many of you will think Man United are the favorite here because Arsenal already many games did not win the game. But sometimes Premier League is just like that. You cannot underestimate any team. And Crystal Palace, I think their forward Wilfred Zaha, sometimes they can have a good performance here. And Arsenal defense for me is not very stable enough. I think Palace have the chance to score there. But I think maybe a draw is possible for this game. I pick 1-1 draw for this game. Next is Chelsea versus Burnley. And Chelsea, I don't know how to say it. Sometimes they can beat the strong and they will lose the point to the weak, either home or away. This time they're playing against Burnley at home, and I think this is the time for them to find the win back. So last week Chelsea just drew with Brighton and Hove Albion at home, and Burnley lost to Aston Villa. And this game, I think Chelsea can find a win here, 2-1, my prediction score. Our next game is Everton against Brighton and Hove Albion. And as I mentioned above there, Brighton last week they drew with Chelsea, and Everton in a main event they lost to Man City, defending champion. So this is not a very surprising and unpredicted result. But this week I think Carlos Ancelotti can bring Everton back to the winning track. My prediction here, Everton can win 2-0 at home. Our next game is Leicester City versus Southampton. So Leicester City, of course, I don't know what happened to Jamie Vardy due to injury, or maybe the coach don't want to play with him. But Leicester City still can find the way to win. Last weekend they beat Newcastle 3-0. While Southampton, surprisingly, they beat Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 at home. And in this game, my favorite go to Leicester City. I believe, although without Jamie Vardy, Leicester City does have a very strong attacking line. They have Andy Gray, they have Ina Henacho, and they have James Maddison. I think those players are very talented and they can give Leicester City a winning track here. So I believe Leicester win. 2-0 my prediction score here. Our next game is Man United versus Norwich City. So this is another interesting game because we knew Norwich City currently are on the last position, and Man United they did lose to the last position before, where they lost to Watford City at the last position before in past few games. And this game they again face the bottom team, but I think this time they maybe can make a win here. I believe at home Man United still is strong enough, and their away result may be a little bit weak, but their home is the place to make for them to get the point and chase back the top 4 position race. I choose United win here. 2-0 my prediction score. Next, Wolverhampton versus Newcastle United. Last week, Wolverhampton surprisingly lost to Watford. While Watford, we know they are once in the bottom, the last position team, but after they beat Man United, they're looking bounce back, and recently they are in a very good form. Last week, they beat Wolverhampton, and Newcastle United, they just lost to Leicester City last week, 0-3. So this game, both teams lost at last week. This time I pick Wolverhampton can find a way to win. My prediction score: Wolverhampton 3, Newcastle United 1. Our next game is Tottenham Hotspur against Liverpool, and this is a main event of this weekend. We know Liverpool currently are only team without loss on the league game, so their undefeated record can be continued in this game. But I pick a surprising here. Maybe for you it's a surprising, but for me, I don't think this is a very massive surprising. If Spurs can beat Liverpool here. What happened in last weekend? Many favor go to Arsenal when they think, many favor go to Man United, while their team United should beat Arsenal here. But what happened? Don't underestimate the team. Especially Arsenal is not a weak team. So do you think Tottenham Hotspur is a weak team? Of course they are not. Last season they are still the Champions League runner-up. So they're capable to win the game. I picked 2-1 for Spurs, and I think this is maybe the time for Liverpool to break their undefeated record here, because they already leaked many points. A loss does not mean too much different for them. They're still in a very obvious position there. Next is AFC Bournemouth versus Watford, and this game last week, Bournemouth lost to West Ham United, and Watford they beat Wolverhampton, as I mentioned above. But this game, I think both teams is very similar, and they have a balancing game here. I think this game is a balancing game, and Watford, although they have looking in a bounce back form, they're now in a good form, and in the past few weeks ago, they are at the bottom position, but after they beating Manchester United, they are bounced back, and later on they already picked many points from that game. So they now already survive from the last position, but they are still in the relegation zone. So both teams need to find the point here. So I pick a draw for this game, 1-1 draw. Last game is Aston Villa versus Manchester City. So this game, I think if Man City wish to continue to chase Liverpool and still hoping for the Champions League title, they need to win the game, and they hope Liverpool may step down a little bit. They will fall asleep there, but I think Man City 3-0 they can win this game. And last week we see Man City are in a good form with Kevin De Bruyne and Gabriel Jesus. Of course, Man City have many superstars capable to score and assist. Aston Villa last week they beat Burnley, but they face a strong Man City. I think it's very hard for them to make a point here. My prediction score 3-0 for Man City. So this is all my 10 prediction game of this week. So is my prediction correct? Do you think my prediction is very surprising? But I always talking here, ball is round, meaning anything can happen. This prediction is free and not cost any cent, any dollars here. So what prediction result here? Any surprise, you can just guessing here. You won't lose anything from here. Just support and subscribe to my channel. See you on my next prediction video.